Today I'm going to be talking about my PhD work on how we should collect confidence judgments from eyewitnesses during police interviews, particularly whether we should collect confidence judgments immediately after eyewitnesses report a detail, or only once they finish their reports, and then get them to go back over their reports and give a confidence judgment to each detail. So there's a growing body of research on the confidence-accuracy relationship, particularly for eyewitness identification. And this research suggests that confidence judgments can actually be a good predictor of the accuracy of eyewitness identifications. So this has led some researchers to suggest that confidence judgments could be useful for police investigations in terms of assessing the reliability of eyewitness memory and also assessing the likelihood that the suspect is actually the perpetrator. But we really don't know much about how confidence judgments should be collected during police interviews. And particularly how well confidence predicts eyewitness recall performance under certain conditions. So studies have typically examined confidence ratings that are either given after each response, these immediate confidence ratings, or confidence given at the end of the memory test, and these are delayed confidence ratings. So far, only one study has directly compared immediate and delayed confidence judgments. In this study, participants watched a mock crime, completed a short filler, and then answered a memory test consisting of 4 alternative forced choice or cued recall questions. So immediate confidence subjects rated their confidence immediately after answering each question, whereas delayed confidence subjects completed the entire memory test and were then asked to look over their responses and rate their confidence in each one. And this study found that the confidence accuracy correlation was similar regardless of whether participants gave their confidence immediately after answering each question or after completing the entire memory test. I think there are several reasons that this is worth investigating further. Previous research has typically used a correlation, which we know can be misleading about the confidence accuracy relationship, and it can particularly underestimate the strength of the relationship, especially when there isn't much variation in encoding conditions. For example, when the witnesses see the same video. Another reason to investigate this further is that we know from identification research that immediate confidence judgments show less underconfidence, so a stronger confidence accuracy relationship, than confidence judgments that are made 5 minutes after identification. The final reason why I think this is worth investigating further is that different results may be obtained for different events and under different encoding conditions. So I think it's really important to address the generalizability of these results. In experiment 1, we asked how does the timing of confidence judgments affect the confidence accuracy relationship for eyewitness memory when the encoding conditions are more varied. The source monitoring accounts suggest that metacognitive cues, such as retrieval fluency, so how easily something comes to mind, decay over time. And we thought that if metacognitive cues decay over time, then perhaps delayed confidence subjects should be more likely to rely on heuristics such as familiarity to make confidence judgments than immediate confidence subjects, because delayed confidence subjects have a longer delay between giving the response and then giving their confidence judgments. So metacognitive cues might decay at this time. If we put our predictions on a calibration graph, then you can see that we've plotted the proportion correct to each level of confidence. And we predicted that immediate confidence subjects would show reasonably good calibration, so accuracy would be well matched to confidence. But for delayed subjects, we predicted that they would show quite a lot of underconfidence because they're more likely to rely on familiarity, which increases their sense of confidence. To test whether the timing of confidence judgments influences the confidence accuracy relationship, we first showed subjects one of 4 videos. This either depicted a car theft or a mugging, and to get even more variability in confidence judgments, we showed them a video under day conditions or night conditions. After 3 minutes, they then completed a memory test consisting of 18 multiple choice questions, such as what was the colour of the stolen car? In this case, the correct answer would be white. Immediate confidence subjects rated their confidence immediately after each response, and they did this on a 25 to 100 scale because all the questions had 4 alternative answers, so 25% is chance performance. Delayed confidence subjects completed the entire memory test and were then told to look over their responses and to rate their confidence for each one. So we found that, as predicted, calibration was quite good in the immediate condition. However, it was also very good in the delayed confidence condition, such that there are actually no significant differences at any level of confidence. Thanks to the visibility manipulation, you can see that the delayed condition also show good calibration. And this is similar in the night condition. You can see that night condition does have poorer performance because the event was harder to see, but they seem to have adjusted their confidence to account for their poorer accuracy. To build on our results from experiment 1, we asked, does the timing of confidence judgments affect the confidence accuracy relationship when we introduce misleading questioning? As in experiment 1, we predicted that if metacognitive cues, such as retrieval fluency, decay over time, then delayed confidence judgments will show a weaker confidence accuracy relationship than confidence judgments that are made immediately after each response. Secondly, we predicted that if people are misled and fail to accurately monitor the source of the misinformation, then misled items will show more overconfidence than non-misled and control items. And we predicted that people would be overconfident because they've been questioned about these items relatively soon, so they feel more familiar. In this experiment, we had 3 types of items. So we have misled items, and these are items that subjects were misled about during the misleading question phase. We also had non-misled items, which are items that subjects were asked about during the misleading question phase but were not misled about. Finally, we had control items, which we did not ask subjects about during the misleading question phase. All three types of item were included in the final memory. To look at the effect of confidence timing and misleading questioning on the confidence accuracy relationship, we focused on the day videos. So again, subjects used to watch a video of a mugging or a car theft. After a 3-minute delay, subjects completed the misleading question phase, which consisted of 4 misleading and 4 non-misleading questions. So these could be questions such as, was a stolen car parked in parking zone 4 or parking zone D? So this would be a misleading question because the correct answer is actually parking zone 3. After another 2.5-minute delay, we then gave them the memory test, which consisted of 12 cued recall questions. So this consisted of 4 questions that targeted the misled items, 4 that targeted the non-misled items, and 4 that targeted control items that they hadn't been asked about previously. And these cued recall questions could include things such as, which parking zone was a stolen car parked in? And again, immediate confidence subjects gave their confidence immediately after answering each question, whereas delayed confidence subjects answered all of the questions and were then asked to look back over their responses and rate their confidence for each one. So again, we found that calibration was okay in the immediate condition and very similar for the delayed condition. So there were no significant differences at any level of confidence. In terms of item type, you can see that the control condition shows very good calibration, but this goes slightly awry at the lower levels of confidence when people are repeatedly questioned about items. So there seems to be some underconfidence at the lower levels of confidence. So it seems that this repeated questioning actually improved their performance, but they didn't take this into account with their confidence judgments. Finally, we found that when people were asked misleading questions, this produced significant overconfidence at the higher levels of confidence. So breaking the results down, confidence timing and item type, we can see that there's no significant differences between the immediate and delayed conditions for control items, non-misled items, or misled items. Finally, in experiment 3, we asked, how does the timing of confidence judgments influence the confidence accuracy relationship And does the time of confidence judgments actually influence how much eyewitnesses report during police interviews? As in the previous two experiments, we predicted that cognitive cues would decay over time, leading delayed confidence subjects to rely more on heuristics such as familiarity, which would then result in a weaker confidence-accuracy relationship than would immediate confidence judgments. Secondly, we predicted that immediate confidence judgments, although they might show a stronger confidence-accuracy relationship, they might disrupt the recall process, leaving immediate confidence subjects to report fewer details than delayed confidence subjects. So to test these ideas, we again showed subjects a video of either a mugging or a car theft. We then gave them a 3-minute filler followed by the memory test. The memory test consisted of the cue recall phase, where we asked them to report everything they could remember, and we then asked them to answer 10 cued recall questions. We used cued recall questions because we found that if we only used free recall, then people mostly recalled things that they were very, very sure about and that were highly likely to be correct. And so we couldn't really plot calibration graphs. And as in the previous two experiments, subjects either gave their confidence immediately after each response or at the end of the memory test. Unfortunately, this data is still being coded, so I haven't got any results for you today. And they repeated this series event for both videos, with the order counterbalanced across participants. So to sum up, it didn't seem to matter whether subjects gave their confidence ratings immediately after each response or at the end of the memory test, but we might not have found any effect on the confidence accuracy relationship because the delay was so short. So there might not have been enough time for the metacognitive cues to decay. And also, this doesn't necessarily apply to real life, because in real life, eyewitnesses are more likely to be subjected to lengthy interviews. We also found that subjects adjusted their confidence to compensate for lower accuracy when they saw an event under poor visibility, but not when they were subjected to misleading questioning. This shows that people can use their beliefs about factors that influence memory to adjust their confidence and actually produce good calibration, but they can't adjust their confidence when they're unknowingly exposed to misleading questions.